Hello, Soul Family. It's the Healing Grasshopper here to do a lunar eclipse reading for you. So, I've decided to do separate readings for eclipses because they carry what I feel are particularly useful energies that we can work with to improve our lives. So, there are plenty of other very powerful astrological events that happen throughout the year, and I will be incorporating them into the monthly readings. And if you remember, I promised in the yearly readings to remind you of the events and their energies on a monthly basis as they grow closer. So I'll be doing that. If you haven't seen your yearly, though, it's worth having a look as there's plenty of useful info. I'll leave the link below. So, we have a lunar eclipse in Libra happening on the 25th, and the general energy and focus of this eclipse is on relationships and examining the quality and health of our relationships and either working to improve them or possibly parting with them. It will be up to you and what you feel. Either way, it'll help us heal our light bodies. So, if we think of the essence of Libra is about balance, and balancing energy is healing energy. So, but for each sign, it will affect us in different ways. So that's why I'm doing this video. So let's begin with the astrology really quickly, and then we'll get into tarot. Hi there, Aquarius. So we are going to start with your astrology. So, really quick, and then we'll get into tarot. So, what is a lunar eclipse anyway? It's when the Earth passes between the sun and the moon, which blocks the light to the moon. The energy is of assessing the recent past within about the last 6 months and how it's affecting you now. So it's a good time to tie up loose ends and complete things that have been left unfinished. So the period is, the past 6 months from eclipse to eclipse, from the last eclipse to the present eclipse, and how things have changed and how they're affecting you now. Uh, a quick little caveat is that Mercury is going retrograde 5 days after the eclipse, so there is a little bit of extra retrospective energy and maybe some wonkiness. Who knows how it's going to affect each of us, but just be aware of that. Um, and in the tying up of, you can have it can actually be helpful in tying up loose ends. Actually, Mercury going retrograde and showing you up. Look, I forgot about that. I need to fix that and that kind of thing. Anyway, so from the notes from the yearlies that I said I would remind you about, and for those of you that haven't seen your yearly reading, I will include a link below. It's still worth seeing because there's a whole lot of useful from information in that video. I'm very tongue-tied today. I don't know what it's about, but sorry about that. So the old notes from the beginning of the year talk about uh, this eclipse being in your ninth house of travel, education, wisdom. It will make travel and learning new things that are interesting and fun without limitations. Fabulous. So the new information is from Chris Renstrom, who is one of my favorite astrologers that I just found out a month ago, has joined YouTube. I'm a very, very old fan of his from when he was the resident astrologer in Allure magazine, and I would buy it religiously for him back before the internet and before we can look up these great videos and stuff for free and that kind of thing. There was no such thing. So you would have to rely on newspapers and magazines, and Chris Renstrom was the only horoscope that I paid any attention to. Um, and was very upset, by the way, when Allure dropped and I never picked up another uh, issue from that in protest. So I'm a champion for Chris Renstrom. You should check him out. He does not know me. We don't know each other. I'm just a big fan. I'm thrilled that he's on YouTube now. He makes astrology really fun, and I just love him. Anyway, so what he's talking about is take a break from the hustle and bustle to do something fun and or spiritually stimulating. Accept invitations, especially if it involves meeting new people, which is a paraphrase of what he said about the lunar eclipse for you. So, still worth having a look at his video if you want. Reversed? No. It's next. Reversed. We're using these two. You don't need these. Put them away. Yeah, okay. Humbling. I don't know if you found this. Okay. So we're starting out strong with the King of Wands. So King of Wands is the entrepreneur man. That doesn't mean that you're going to start a new business or whatever, but he is like the master implementer. He likes to start new things. He's not afraid to start something new. When he when he has an idea that he thinks will do well, he latches onto it, and he doesn't hesitate to um, start putting that plan into action. He's never the one that's like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work, and how much money is this going to cost me? No, he's just like, right, let's do it. He's on the job right away. Reversed, no. And here we are with the Fool, exactly what I'm saying. He does not hesitate to start. So that's you. And Seven of Cups talks about the ideas. You're going to have an inflow of ideas. And, maybe this does tie in with the fun without limitations and taking a break to do something fun. You may have a number of opportunities presented to you. I don't know, a friend rented a vacation house or a yacht or something and invited you on to it. Another friend is having a dinner party or a weekend, you know, fun and games weekend. I don't know. But the universe is saying, go for it. You're going to, if you're wondering whether or not you should go, the universe is saying yes. Don't limit yourself. You're going to be glad you did it. What else we got here? Six of Pentacles. Is this reversed? No. I do read reversals. A lot of the times they don't fall the way Spirit intended them to fall onto the table. I feel like it's supposed to go like that. What else we do? At least two more, please, Spirit. Well, Hierophant? No, the one under we wanted. Three of Cups, reversed, upright. It's interesting that the Hierophant came out on top of the Three of Cups, and then Spirit was like, no, put that away. But it still meant something, right? The Hierophant is about, obligations, duties, the work, that kind of thing. And Spirit was like, nope, put it back in the deck. You've got some light energy coming to you, Aquarius, where it's time to pick your head up from whatever it is that you're working on. Set your work aside and have some fun. This is being generous with yourself, Six of Pentacles. In this context, this absolutely talks about the generosity needs to be towards you. Let yourself have some enjoyment. Eight of Cups is, walking away from the things that are weighing you down, that are not serving you. Ace of Pentacles, and it will serve you well. You've got some prosperous and enjoyable things awaiting from you once you walk away from these things that are weighing you down. Whatever it is, you guys know what it is. The Sun, enjoyment. This is you see how the King of Wands is kind of looking off into the distance. There's something that's catching his eye, and it's whatever enjoyable thing that's going to be presented to you is what the King of Wands is looking at here. You've got some fun and some enjoyable things coming to you. Look at the Ace of Cups. This is something that's emotionally fulfilling, stimulating, something, something that's up your alley. This isn't reversed, is it? Is this reversed? This is not reversed. Emotional fulfillment. You have it all over the reading here. Okay, so we're done with this here. Okay, hold on. Excuse me. Page of Cups. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords came out in the Pisces reading, and this is the same energy. The Queen of Swords often comes out in difficult readings, whoever it is going through they're going through it. And, someone's lying to them or doing something to them. That's not what this is. Some of you might have a little bit of that because you're walking away from something. But for the most part, here I'm getting things like other people's problems and things that you don't necessarily, things that are not your monkey, so to speak, that, are not serving you, weighing you down, that you're just like, yeah, I'm done with this. walking off into the distance because there's a pentacle off in the distance I'm interested in, you know? So, but the Queen of Swords here is talking about the discernment that it takes for you to decide to walk away from these Eight of Cups. Like, right, this isn't serving me, this isn't serving me, I'm done with that, you know, but not in that heavy way that Queen of Swords usually is like, oh, I caught you lying to me. Cut the bullshit. You know, that's not what this is. This is more like, okay, this isn't working. We're going to toss that aside and toss that in the garbage or whatever. Um, Page of Cups, of course, is, you know, the other side of that. This is discarding what doesn't serve you and recognizing what does serve you. The Devil. Again, this is what the Queen of Swords is untethering herself from things that weigh you down. And, you know, the Seven of Pentacles also goes very well with the Eight of Cups. In, you know, some of those things that you feel that you've been wasting your energy on and not getting anything back in return. This can include a whole lot of different scenarios. You know, friendships with friends who all they do ever do is complain and dump their problems on you, to a job that's not paying you what you're worth, family members who are always asking you for favors but are not there for you when you need something. It can be many, 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 many things. But what's important here is that you're really contemplating this, right? You're recognizing what serves you and really examining what doesn't serve you. And you're getting to work on discarding these things and building the new life for yourself. King of Cups has come up with almost every reading in this series. It's interesting. Oh, whoops. Oh. Okay, so we have another card here that just fell on the floor, which is the Seven of Wands. I mean, the Seven of Wands, the Five of Wands. Yeah, this is about, and the Five of Wands can mean conflict and fighting and everything. It can be for some of you, especially in the context of, you know, the people who are getting on your nerves that I just mentioned, your families, your friends, and that work. But this is more like the things you have to do to get to this emotional fulfillment. And the King of Cups not um, allowing this mini journey of yours to your enjoyment overwhelm you, anger you, or sadden you, or, you know, not letting any of those adverse emotions cloud your judgment and your path forward. Look at this. Eight of Cups again, which is Spirit's way of emphasizing a message, which is saying that you have really got to examine what's not serving you and really, really, this is as close, well, I don't want to say that. I was going to say this is as close as the universe gets to forcing you to do something, which is not true. That's That's a tower. But this is as close to a tower, let's say, that we can get. This is like a mini tower where um, the universe is urging you to really examine your life here, and that things are more difficult than they need to be, which is what the devil talks about. Right now you're stuck in something in like tires spinning in the mud that you don't need to, you don't even need to be there. Like it's not even your car. Justice. Oh, it's not funny. Justice did come out before, and Spirit was like, no, put it back in the deck. But justice is coming out anyway. Okay, so the justice card is just talking about um the fact that you need to have confidence that things will work out in the end. You know, God works in mysterious ways. That proverb comes up in my head now, where when we're in bogged down in the situation, we're like, why do I have to deal with this shit? Like, what is spirit trying to tell me? Like, why am I even here? This isn't fair to me. You know? And spirit's just like, look, just, you're almost there. Just deal with this and just get through it already. Don't lament about it because you're going to be wasting more time wallowing in the horse shit longer than you even need to be there. Which is very fitting, this position of the justice between the Page of Cups and the Queen of Swords, because this is like, just get on with it. You're focusing on the wrong thing. Don't focus on the BS. Focus on what it is that's being placed in front of you, that you need to move toward, and just swing that sword and cut out what you don't need, that you don't like. It's that simple. And the word simple is maybe something I shouldn't use in a reading because everyone's situation is different, and I don't mean to be flippant about anyone's situation. That you guys may very well be sitting there like, this is a big problem. It's not that simple. I get it. Not all of us have very simple problems in front of us, but that sentiment still applies to even you guys with the complex situations, that there's still an easier implementation to this than you realize because you're focusing on the wrong thing. If that makes sense, that even though it is difficult and complex and everything, if you just look up from dwelling on the complexity, you'll say, oh, okay, this is what I need to do next to get rid of this thing and this thing and this thing. And then, it all kind of, you gain that momentum. But right now, some of you are just, you haven't found that momentum. You're got your wheels spinning in this devil mode where you feel tethered to the problem. Oh my gosh. You see, okay. So this is exactly illustrating what I just said. The Five of Cups talks about focusing on the wrong thing. And then the Three of Wands talks about looking up and seeing what's ahead of you and seeing your ships coming in. If this guy would just look up, he would see the ships, he would see this, and he would also see what's behind him, these two cups. He'd see this bridge that leads him to this castle where there's a beautiful banquet waiting for him. You know, this is an energy of being mired in the mud, of being attached to the devil, where Spirit's saying, you don't need to be. There's a big celebration waiting for you. Aquarius, it's beautiful. You're not alone. And Aquarians can often be the leaders. You know, you guys are always the ones that are talking about this way, guys. This is how you do it, and gather the crowd together to lead them to something better. And you know, that's what you guys like to do. But you need to do that for yourself in being optimistic and leading yourself towards something better and not wallowing. Queen of Cups talks about tending to one's own heart and feelings. And again, this is talking about a different perspective, intending to, and in relation to an Aquarian, because you guys are like the man of the people or the woman of the people, where you're very altruistic and wanting to help others. But Queen of Cups really talks about focusing on oneself and one's own needs and one's own desires and feelings. So if you're an Aquarian whose heavy energy right now is overgiving, then you need to rethink that and pull back a little and focus on yourself for a bit, because the universe is shouting out to you that they've got something, your spirit guides, have got something wonderful for you that you just can't quite see yet. Um, okay. Advice cards. It's just figuring out which deck we're going to use. Okay. Just one card. I'm the dreamer of my dream. Are we taking the card under this? No. Okay. So we don't even look at it. I am the dreamer of my dream. With the emphasis on my. Excuse the tied tongue today. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't get the best sleep last night. I think that's probably what it is. Um, Forgive me. Um, I am the dreamer of my dream. And the word my is what my eye was drawn to right away. It goes with Queen of Cups. For this leg of the journey, Aquarius, you're going to really need to focus on yourself, right? And your astrology is pointing towards fun and breaking away from the hustle and bustle, because Aquarians can get bogged down with a lot of tasks, you know? So, Spirit is just saying, dream a little, have fun a little. This is your time, Aquarius. And Aquarians, you guys are very good at accruing good karma because you're always doing things for other people. Take the time to enjoy your good karma because it's coming to you. I love you, my beautiful Aquarians. Looking forward to hearing from you in the comments because I will be replying to you. So please leave me a comment. Like and subscribe as well. I love you. Love, light, and many blessings.